Hello. I return to talk to you once more about Flunk Day. So this time, though, I'm talking about something that is probably the next likely option after Thursday Flunk Day, but it's probably the option. There's no probably about it. It's probably the worst option in a lot of people's minds. And that option is that it is horrible noises, horrifying. A week 9 flunk. Effects. Listen, if it's not Thursday, it's gonna be week 9. That is pretty clear, and because of that, week 9 is not impossible. Let's look at some of the facts. Fact 1, let's face it, this Thursday and Friday, or let's focus on Thursday. Let's focus on Thursday. We'll get to Friday later. But looking at how much is on Thursday, sport games, all the stuff we talked about in the Thursday video, right? Labs, Senate. There's a lot of stuff happening. You know, there's a Machinal dress rehearsal happening then. A lot is happening. And though it's not unprecedented for those things to be canceled or flunked on, right? It still does give some leeway to, an early week 9 would have less going on. It also is even more distance with COVID. Even more distance from COVID than Thursday would be. That's another thing. And, I mean, it just feels right to a weird sect of people. There's been some memes popping up on Cox Knowledge of people really wanting a Monday or Tuesday, an early week 9 flunk.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
It's possible. It's really possible because, let's face it, I mean, there's a lot of busyness going on, but I think the reason a lot of people don't want a week 9 and why I don't want a week 9 is on two fronts. And let's get them right this time. One, I mean, for Pete's sake, it's week 9. It's so late in the term. We'll be approaching finals. Seniors will be approaching like, oh, we're moving on to the real world. And 2, like, we want it to be flunk day now. We want it to be flunk day. We don't want it to be so late. We don't want it to be on our last week. We want it to be Thursday, and we've gotten our hopes up for Thursday, as we talked about in the previous video. So listen, it's possible that it'll be week 9, and I want to prepare you for that possibility. All right? It very well could be an early week 9. That is possible. Now, I've heard some people talk about a variety of reactions to there being a week 9 flunk. Again, I mentioned the positive memes from Cox Knowledge, but there are also some people who have said, I don't know, talked about committing arson or just getting really upset. I mentioned arson because that was something mentioned on Twitter. I'm not going to say any names, but arson was mentioned on Twitter. Which just shows how much the vehement hate for week 9 flunk there is, right? So listen, here are the reasons there would be a week 9 flunk, hopefully labeled out pretty clearly for you. It's unlikely, just because there's never been a week 9 flunk before, but it's been a weird year. If there was ever to be a year where we'd have a week 9 flunk, it would be this year. This year right here. This year right here, our senior year. So, be prepared, guys. Be prepared. It could happen. But let's hope for better waters in week 8. And yes, that was waters plural. Not just Thursday is a possibility for week 8. Stay tuned, my friends. Stay tuned. And God help us if it's week 9 flunk.